So my plan for the next couple of weeks had been to make some cool videos from here and here and here. But then this happened. So I had to cancel my holiday to the UK and to Svalbard. So instead, I'm going to be doing a few videos from closer to home here in New Mexico. The first place is a cool little town about an hour outside of Albuquerque. So we'll be heading there shortly, but first I need coffee. This is Cabra coffee in a little town called Cedar Crest.
There you go.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
Alrighty. I have coffee. I am good to go. So welcome to Madrid, New Mexico. About an hour outside of Albuquerque. But what we're going to do, we're going to go south a little bit. Because before we get to Madrid, we get to Golden, which is a ghost town in New Mexico. Population 17. In the early 1800s, gold was discovered here, hence the name Golden. And they built a town with saloons, bars, a general store, which is behind me. By the end of the 1800s, the gold was gone. It was run out, so it became a ghost town. All the businesses closed except for this store. It was taken over, I think, in 1918, but this has been here since the early 1800s, which is quite incredible. So this is Golden, New Mexico, like I say, population of 17. And this house here belongs to the mayor of Golden. What a fascinating house. Despite only having a population of 17, Golden has a mayor. Look at all this, how cool. Great decorations. Hey buddy, there's a dog down there that doesn't like me. So I don't know if he's maybe a bit of an eccentric or something. I have no idea, but that is the mayor's house. Like I say, population 17, and one of those 17 is the mayor. And the only other survivor from those prosperous times is the church, San Francisco de Asís, built in 1839. I'm not sure if we can go in. I'm going to try and find out. And there it is. This church has survived from 1839. And there it was, the Church of St. Francis de Asís. I'm actually just walking through the graveyard now. I don't usually like doing that. So there it was. So pretty and so peaceful over here as well. So what we did, we drove from Albuquerque to Golden. Basically we drove all the way down the back of the Sandia Mountains. Sandia Mountains are beautiful, they overlook Albuquerque, but to get to Golden and to get to Madrid, we have to drive down the back of the mountains, which is a really pretty drive, but not a lot of places to stop and film. They call it Madrid here. I can't get used to that, but this is Madrid, a coal mining town about an hour outside of Albuquerque. So a little bit of history about Madrid, New Mexico. In the early 1800s, they discovered coal here. So it became a big coal mining town. And about 100 years later, in about 1940, they ceased coal mining because natural gases took over. And it became a ghost town for a little bit. But what it is now, it's become a haven for artists and, I want to say hippies.
Welcome, 2024.
This is, what's your name?
I forgot.
And movies, film locations. They film a lot of films here. Wild Hogs is one of them. If you've ever seen Wild Hogs, that was filmed in Madrid. So here's a big dilemma. Fresh local foods from a greengrocer or chocolate? If you know me, you know the chocolate is going to win. Here we have the Gypsy Plaza. Unique shops, support our local businesses. I try and do that. I try and support local. Let's go and see what's there. There's the chocolate store, which I'm trying really hard to resist because I've put on so much weight since I've been off work. Chocolate is the last thing I need. And I love seeing these old vehicles. They haven't even been preserved, they're just there. I think it just adds a lot of character to the place. It's the old fire truck by the looks of it. And this here is the Mineshaft Tavern. I know this featured pretty heavily in the movie Wild Hogs. I haven't seen the film. And what you're going to see all the way through the main street here in Madrid is art galleries, little souvenir shops, art shops, cafes.
Moonlight blazing, wild night shade. Wandering hearts ain't meant to fade. Dreams of freedom, strains of gold, burning fire in a gypsy soul. Winds howling through the desert storm. Shackle breaking future reborn. Secret rhythm, endless trance. Eyes closed tight, hear the gypsy dance. Hey, now let your spirit fly. Ride the thunder, kiss the sky. No rules left to take control. We are the dancers with gypsy souls.
And there is a photo park here as well. Go and get your photo taken with your head in one of these holes. Here's my donation. Now I can go around without feeling guilty. Mom, you gotta come and bomb me out of jail. I got in trouble. I came to the photo park and didn't leave a donation. And they arrested me. Help. You can even be Led Zeppelin, look. I think that's Robert Plant there. Or it could be there. I'm not sure. There you are. Greetings from Madrid. Madrid. Keep forgetting. This is the old boarding house mercantile. It's now like a general store. I'm gonna go in and support local and get myself a snack. It's everything you want in a little grocery store. You got souvenirs as well. Candles. Spoiled for choice here, but I've never ever had watermelon, mint and lime, so that's what I'm going to buy. There it is. Zia Sandia watermelon, mint and lime. New to me. Let's try it. Littering the place now. It's actually pretty good. I like it. And it's local from New Mexico. Okay. Has a bit of a strange aftertaste, but it's still tasty. This is Maggie's Diner, the Main Street Diner. featured very heavily in the movie Wild Hogs. It was actually built specifically for that movie. It wasn't here before. This is the inside of the diner. No seats in there, where all these celebrities sat in the movie. You've got Tim Allen, John Travolta, Martin Lawrence, William Macy. Not sure which one is which apart from John Travolta. I'm not a big movie person. But that's where they all sat making the movie, and I've just been there. There you go, there's something I didn't know. They have their own radio station here. KMRD 96.9 FM. I'm not even sure if they're still broadcasting. There doesn't seem to be much sign of life in there. Maybe I'll check it out when I get back to the car. 96.9 KMRD. There you go, 96.9, all the way from Madrid, New Mexico. That local radio station actually plays some pretty good music. I've been listening to it. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, what we're doing now, we're going to drive up to the next town on the Turquoise Trail scenic byway. It's called Cerillos. Cerrillos, as they probably say in Spanish. Welcome to Cerillos. The speed limit here is 15. Well, that's a shame. I wanted to feed the animals. They have a little petting zoo there. I wanted to feed them, but they're closed, so I can't buy anything to feed them with. They've got it all closed off. It's such a shame because there's llamas or alpacas, I'm not sure which. You got some chickens down here. Hey, buddy. I got no food for you. The store's closed. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see over in there in the corner. There's a goat and a baby. It's so cute. Over there is the llama. So maybe if you come, they'll be open. That baby goat is just adorable. I want to go over and say hi, but I can't. And if you saw my corrales video I did a couple of weeks ago, that's another coyote fence. It's a little bit taller than the ones in corrales, but yeah, they stop the coyotes getting in to take the animals when they're hungry. That there is the Clearlight Opera House. It was built in 1881. It changed hands a few times, and then finally in 1905 it was sold for $305. And it's had the same owners since. I'm not sure who they are. They must be pretty old by now, though. I guess at one point it was quite a big venue for touring artists many, many, many years ago. I just somehow can't picture the Rolling Stones or the Beach Boys playing there. But that is the Clearlight Opera House in Cerillos. So there was a time when the railroads, depending where you're from, was the only way of getting in and out of Cerillos. This was the railway station. It's now actually a little shop that sells art, coffee, snacks, and it's a hair salon as well. That's quite an interesting combination. Cerillos Station. And then about half a mile that way, there's a state park, Cerillos State Park, where you can actually do little hikes and stuff, or long hikes. I haven't been there. Maybe one day I'll go on a hike there when my knee is working properly. And that's Mary's Bar. It was built in 1918. It's been a coffee shop, it was a restaurant, it was an ice cream parlor at one point. Now it's a bar, but it looks as if they're renovating it. There doesn't seem to be a lot inside it except for building materials, so hopefully they'll get it renovated. It could be a cool little place. That there is the Blackbird. Looks like a bar, cafe. That was built in 1893. This is Granito's General Store. Building was first built in 1898. It was a carpentry shop, and then in 1910 it was a general store again. And there we have St. Joseph's Church, built in 1922. Let's go in this little garden and have a look. The shrine. Thank you so much.
Yes, enjoy it.
This gentleman said I could come in and film. It was really nice of him. Look how beautiful those stained glass windows are. He was telling me that the statues, so the one over there, he said after Lent they will be revealed. You know what? I almost didn't come to Cerillos. It was getting a little bit late. But now I'm so glad I did. I feel privileged to be allowed to come in, invited in. There's all these pictures on the wall depicting parts of the Bible. Jesus was condemned. There. He's taking his cross. First fall. There's Jesus with his mother. How amazing is that? I feel really obliged to give a donation to the church, so here you go. Thank you so much. The guy's not here. Thank you so much for allowing me in here. This is absolutely beautiful and peaceful. And these beautiful grounds outside the church. And these beautiful pictures outside depicting Jesus in the barn where he's just been born. And there you got the three wise men giving Jesus his gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These pictures are just beautiful. That was St. Joseph's Church in Cerillos. How amazing was that to be invited inside to film? It was so peaceful, so beautiful in there. And I think on that, I'm going to end my little one-day road trip along the Turquoise Trail scenic byway. I went to Golden, I went to Madrid, and I'm in Cerillos. This last part in the church, I don't think I can beat that. I think it's time to go home. Besides which, it's getting very windy, so I hope you've enjoyed this day with me. And next time we'll go somewhere else. Thank you for watching. Bye.